And Nancy Cordes is in Philadelphia, where Clinton made that victory speech before leaving today to normal things, I suppose. Nancy, though, let's talk about the thrust of the former secretary's speech last night, aimed directly at supporters of Bernie Sanders. What does she believe that she needs to do to win them before November?
Well, her campaign believes that it's going to be a long process, Josh, and that this is only the beginning. They acknowledge that there are still 8 weeks left in this primary season. They also acknowledge that Senator Sanders is determined to stay in until the very end. So his supporters aren't going to immediately start flocking en masse to Hillary Clinton. They need to start to try to build a bridge to his supporters, kind of one brick at a time. And last night's speech was a really big brick. She basically came out. She could have done a big victory lap after huge wins in 4 states. Instead, she focused primarily on all the areas where she and Sanders and his supporters agree on raising the minimum wage, on addressing income inequality, on addressing student debt, on addressing climate change. She argued that those two sides of the party are going to need to come together to go up against their common opponent, Donald Trump, who doesn't agree with them on any of those things.
And Bernie Sanders told you, I will see you in California in June. I will see you in Philadelphia in July. He did not yesterday back off that idea. However, he seemed in a statement to acknowledge that rather than perhaps actively running a campaign now, he will be seeking to take his agenda through this race. What then to make of the Bernie Sanders this morning and moving forward?
You know, Josh, I think that there are sort of two sides of Bernie Sanders that are a bit at odds with each other. On one hand, he knows that to stay in the race and continue to have goodwill from the party, that he needs to kind of go easier on Hillary Clinton. If he has no real shot at the nomination, then it's poor form to be trying to tear down the likely nominee. On the other hand, if he's going to stay in the race, he certainly would like to keep winning as much as he can and to create contrast between himself and his only other opponent. So on one hand, in West Virginia last night, we heard him saying, hey, look, take a look at the polls. I do better than Hillary Clinton against Republicans because I'm appealing not just to Democrats, but to independents and even some Republicans. Then on the other hand, he put out that statement that you mentioned saying that he looks forward to running an issues-oriented campaign in the remaining states, not a campaign that's focused on personal divisions, and that he just wants to get to the convention with as many delegates as possible so that he can continue making a push for the progressive platform that got him into this race in the first place.
Nancy Cordes there in Philadelphia with the Democrats. Thank you.
You're welcome.